Dave Dombrowski, you have officially been called out.
I think the big thing for me was, when we first met with this organization, it was, hey, we're always going to keep things in-house, and we expect you to do the same thing. And so, when that didn't happen, kind of took me for a run a little bit. So, I don't know. It's part of it, I guess. It was kind of a wild situation. That even happening. Obviously, I didn't have the year that I wanted. Obviously, I didn't have the postseason I wanted. My numbers weren't where they needed to be. I know that, and I don't need to be motivated to be great, in my career or anything else. So that's just not a motivating factor for me. For Dave to come out and say those things, it's kind of.
Bryce Harper has called out GM Dave Dombrowski. Now, this quote was put out yesterday, and this is all led back to what Dave said in November after the Phillies lost to the Dodgers, when he, quote-unquote, said he's not sure that Bryce can return to an elite player. And as you can clearly see, Bryce Harper stated, quote, and I quote, for Dave to come out and say those things, that's kind of wild to me. And then he said he doesn't get motivated by that stuff. And when he first came to the organization, it was supposed to be like in-house stuff. Like they were supposed to keep quiet. And Dave clearly didn't keep it quiet. For him to go out and say those things in public, that's kind of like Nick Sirianni coming out and embarrassing A.J. Brown on television. That's the exact same thing. So for Bryce, whether you agree with me or not, what Bryce Harper just did, I 100%, 1,000% agree with it. You don't do that if you're Dave Dombrowski. If you want to if you have an opinion, you got to keep it to yourself. You don't publicly put it out there. For him to say he's not sure if Bryce can return to an elite level, you don't say that out loud. You're making Bryce feel a certain way. It's kind of like when your parents take you out in front of your friends and they spank you out in public right in front of your friends so they can all see it. That's just like it was with Dave Dombrowski making the comments about Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper was asked about Kyle Schwarber, and he thought that he was going to Cincy, and I think most people thought he was. But for me, there was no doubt in my mind that Kyle was staying in Philly. What he's done for this organization for the past few years is absolutely spectacular. He knows what the city and the fans mean to him. Playing in front of Citizens Bank Park and the fans, Kyle knows how special and important that is. What he's done, hitting all these home runs in the last few years in such a short amount of time, is like what my favorite did, Ryan Howard, where he went on that little 4 to 5 year run where he would just hit home run after home run after home run. Kyle's done the same. I want to get on to the young guns. Andrew Painter, Aiden Miller, Justin Crawford. I'm so excited that these guys get a chance. We know that Andrew Painter and Justin Crawford will be here to start the season. Hopefully Aiden Miller gets called up at some point during the season. But this is what you want to see. The young mixed in with the veterans. That'll be interesting to watch and very fun to watch. I want to close things out with Dave Shitball Dombrowski. And people have questioned, has he failed? And the answer is yes. 1,000% yes, he has failed. This man has done absolutely nothing. He made a few trades. He made some decent signings, but he didn't make a move to where it moved the needle or got us to the top of the mountain. He lies about a lot of stuff. He denies a lot of stuff. He says the same shit. We're not running it back, which you clearly are. That's not what your record book says. He likes to think that his moves get us over the hump, which they clearly don't. I mean, this guy, what has he really done? What big signings has he done? Trey Turner, congratulations. Bringing back Kyle Schwarber, okay. But what, you didn't go out and get Juan Soto, or you didn't go out and get one of the other big free agents that were on the market the past few years. You got Trey Turner, you got Kyle Schwarber. Those are like your two big signings. What else did you really do? If I'm John Middleton, I am going to go to Dave Dombrowski and tell him your services are no longer required because this man was supposed to be a good GM. Dombrowski and how he thinks, he's got an old school way of running the team. And that's not going to cut it in this day and age. Sorry, Dave, this isn't 1997. This is 2026. You got to run the team a different way nowadays. Hopefully, after this, we can get a guy in there here that knows what he's doing. We'll have to wait and see what happens. That's all for today, guys. Remember, if you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, smash that beautiful, amazing thumbs up button. Let me know in the comments what you think, what your latest thoughts are, what you think of Bryce Harper. That's all for today, guys. Remember, if you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, smash that amazing thumbs up button. Let me know in the comments what you think, what your latest thoughts are. What you think of Bryce Harper's comments about Dave Dombrowski? What do you think of the young guys getting a chance in spring training? How do you think this season will fold? Is Dave Dombrowski's job in trouble? And by the way, follow me on my Spotify at the Code Red Philly Sports Talk, my Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, on the link in the description below. And I'll see you guys next time on the Code Red Philly Sports Talk. Go Phils!